We're waiting. Still waiting. Why doesn't that kick off? According to the internet, I'm live. But according to the internet, it hasn't kicked off yet. Oh wait, maybe it is, and I just don't realize I'm not doing anything in front of the screen. Well, while I wait for us to go completely live, well, this is what I'm doing today, kids. Gotta go fix this broken piece of shit. And I figure, how much fun would that be for me to live stream myself, potentially, doing this. So that's what we're doing. What do we got here? A bunch of shit is what I got. This is a machine that's been replaced, i.e., it's dead. The old classic Craftsman, 125 psi, 1H pizzle, 4 gizzle, Kind of a funny story. I was building a house on the behalf of somebody else at one point in my life, and that person quit. They were in charge. They quit, and then right when they quit, the air compressor we were using to put the roof on broke. I was roofing the house by myself, and I figured, well, I ought to probably keep building the house. It's got to get built. So I just went out and bought this. We had a 1 tank just to run a single nail gun. Bought this thing, replaced it. We used this thing for 10 years, something like that. I don't know if there's a date on it. There might be a date on this thing. If I can find it, I'll tell you. But this is probably 2010, something like that. And I was just using it let's see if I get my live stream going up here. All right, there we go. And I was just, we were using it, and then all of a sudden one day it was wouldn't go past 50 pounds PSI. I'll show you. That's upside down a little bit. No, it's not. I ran it. It kind of peters out at 50. And, when you're trying to do something, you don't it's you're trying to use a tool, the tool breaks, it's broken. It's what do? Do you try to figure out how to fix the break? I mean, the cord's all messed up. The solution was new air compressor. You got 10 years out of her. Pretty good run. New air compressor, we ended up with a rigid. It's a pretty decent unit. Anyways, I volunteered to take it back to my place for future endeavors. When I got some free time, I could look at it. And the other day, I was I'm kind of sick of kicking this thing. So I plugged her in to try to figure out what was going on. As I was running it, I could hear a sound. It's something there's air leaking. I checked all the usual suspects. You got to realize there's usually a little cover on this guy here. And I couldn't, but I could still hear it. Then I found out underneath here, I don't know. By the way, I don't know shit about any of this. Air leaking out of here. And I found out there's words for that. That's called the unloader. There's air coming out of the unloader. Now, when it comes to air compressors and air compressor failures, there's multiple different things that can happen. One is, I guess, nothing happens and it's just a piece of shit and it's broken. 2 is you run it and then when you unplug it or you turn it off, the air leaks out. That's a different kind of problem. 1 is you run it and the air leaks out, but when you stop running, the air does not leak out. Now, that's the category I'm in. And we'll do this. By the way, danger, kids. Don't touch that when it's plugged in. You'll get what's the word for that? Potentially dead. So don't do what I do. But hold on a second. Let's find this out. It's gonna get a little bit loud. Hold please. All right, so that's it. It's running right now. Right there. Can you hear the difference? Building a little over 50. But it's never going to build enough to use. Now, did you notice there's no air leaking out right now? Oops. Sorry, crap filming. It's solid. There's no leak. But I'm still at the old 50 pounds. I'm going to bleed that off here in a second. So after doing a little internet sleuthing, I sleuthed on the internet. Ooh, man, this thing needs drained is what it needs. The old tornado. We'll just drain it off. Maybe I'll drain the tank here in a second. I really don't want to drain the tank right on my bench. But anyways. So I watched a couple YouTube videos and I tried to learn and educate myself. And what I found out was, yes, it's unplugged. What I found out, it's the unloader is the term, And by the way, if you have one where it runs and leaks and then you unplug it and it leaks, it's your check valve, most likely. Because there's a check valve from the tank out, and if your check valve's failing, the air will come out and it could lead through your unloader or whatever. Mine is not currently doing that, so I'm pretty convinced that's not my issue. Let's see if we can make this thing puke real quick. And now the other reason I'm streaming this, I actually had a person comment the other day that like, I mean, it was a real comment. I'm pretty sure it was a dude. It doesn't matter. They're like, dude, keep making these videos. Like, the guy was like, it kind of feels like I'm hanging out with a buddy. And they were like, I don't even have any friends. I could use some friends. I'm thinking, man, am I doing a public service here? Might be doing a public service. Well, that's weird. My other air compressor just turned on. Hopefully, I gotta turn that thing off. That was unforeseen. My big boy just fired off. I guess I forgot to turn it off the other day. So this is, yeah, just rusty oil in here. Whatever. See if we can get that out. All right, whatever. It's pretty much cleared out. Do I have a rag to try to clean the rusty water off my hand? Yeah, I do. Here's a dirty old rag. So, I mean, I know not everybody watches the live streams. If someone watched, I mean, I usually eat breakfast in the morning. That's my live stream. Oh, sneak peek, by the way. Yeah, buddy. Got the upgrade there, kids. Woo! So anyways, I don't know if it's true or not. Don't care. The internet video that I watched, the dude said if it's your unloader, which that's what this is, he says if you have a bad unloader, just replace the whole pressure valve. And I was like, man, I wonder what that is. So I Googled it, and it turns out for about $15 via the old, you know the thing. They'll send you a brand new one of them. Made in China to the USA. It's an LF10 4H, and when I looked in this one, the old information said an LF10 4H. But what's weird, like this said max off 150. I don't think this is a 150, although this says 125, so that just could be maximum. Let's see what we got here. And like I said, I was just going to do all this anyways today, and like, I suppose there's a potential that maybe someone would watch along and they would say, hey, you stupid idiot, you're about to fuck that up. I'm like, okay. I like helpful advice. So that's what we got. Looks very similar. The power cord situation looks different. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Let's see what this box thing says. So the box cover is about the same. It's all looking about the same. The only thing that's different is I got a rubber grommet here. Or in this one, it was this thing, which maybe I can replace it with that. I do have to strip the wires back, which I just realized. I try to have all the tools ready to go so I don't have to walk away too much. I just realized I don't have my wire strippers. I'm not going to probably do, just once again, for everyone's internet, we're not plugged in. There's rings on here. I'm probably just going to twist the wires and put them back on there. I have taken a photograph of that to try to do the old memorization. Zero pressure. So like, I guess what I have to figure out how to do, and like I said, I don't know what I'm doing here. I have to like get this whole thing torn off. So I'm going to try not to mess with that too much. I assume I've got to take this off first. So, because this is going to have to go lefty-loosey. I'm going to have to take that off there. And then once both this and that off, I think there's enough room to swing. I got to take this plastic off. So we're going to do that first. I did start the ones in the back because like, there's nothing quite as boring as watching someone undo screws, especially ones that are hard to get to. It's that new rigid, kids. Brushed. Ooh. Only the best for Elveshelves channel. Get that brushed power. All you kids with that fancy brushless. Whatever. So yeah, like I said, I don't have a fucking clue what I'm doing here. I'm hoping this is all gonna. I mean, they built it so it should come apart, right? That's what I'm going with. Is like, if they figure out how to put it together, I should be able to figure out how to take it apart. And we may do a little cleanup in here. This looks a little dusty. Please don't break anything. Okay, so there we go. There's the insides. Well, it's pretty standard. Set that out of the way. So that looks like maybe that could hurt me with some sort of storage something or other. So we're gonna stay the fuck away from all that shit. Yeah, that kind of makes me nervous. Anywho's, let's readjust the camera here. And I gotta get that off. So I'm thinking my best move would be to try not to fuck with that and try to unscrew the valve from that, because there should be enough room to clear. So we're gonna do that. I got some ready to go here. That's gonna be the hold, don't let that move wrench. And then we're gonna try to figure out how to get a wrench on that. What size is that gonna be? That's like gonna be a pain in my ass because that's all round. Is there an easier one to work with? Come on, kids. Why are you gonna make it so hard for old Elveshelves? This one I may just unscrew from the... Actually, no, I did that backwards. I got to get these out of the pressure valve. Yeah. Yeah, see? So let's just see what happens if we go lefty-loosey here. And then we got to switch out of the way. I just don't know how... Like, this stuff might just be seized, dude. Like, how do you do this? This might be a short live stream. Because I'm not going to sit here and you know... Yeah, that's not going anywhere there. Like, what do they put that together with? They glue it? Holy Moses. I gotta get something just to... Like, I don't want to crank on that too much. There's not enough room to spin. Like, 10 years of shit just stuck on here. I really didn't want to, like, disassemble the whole thing into a million pieces, but, like, I got to get that plug out, and I got to re-plug there. I mean, what's the chances that plug's coming on? This may be a... There may be too much cussing for a live stream. Is that a possibility? Like, how much cussing can you do on a live stream? Well, that's way too big. I mean, whatever. It's all part of the fun. And it's like, you know, are they doing... Is everything that they... Is it all metric? Is that what they do? They're like, hey, let's build this thing in metric. I mean, so far I've been having pretty good luck with the old metrics fitting. All right, that's in there. Jesus Christ. Let's see if we can get this off. Get it seated good. Oh, that is not going anywhere. Like, how do I do this? What's another option? Maybe it's easier to take it off the tank. Looks like it's just a couple bolts here. Maybe I just pop the motor off. It's like 4 bolts. Because what I'm afraid is with all this wrenching, I don't want to. If I booger that up, that's the end of the game's over then. Let me see if I can get these. Oh, so that's probably gonna be my answer. I'll probably just pop the motor off, right? Or get it out of the way a little bit. Hold on. Let me test and see. All right, yeah, those will come off. Where's the other ones at? They're gonna be like, oh yeah, those are like so far in there. Oh God. I mean, it'd be way easier just to throw this thing in the trash, wouldn't it be? Save $15. What's the bottom of this thing? Is it nuts underneath? All right, that might be the answer there. All right. Oh, please. We're gonna go. We got to de-spiderweb this. So I've got access to the nuts at the bottom, so we're gonna go with the old theory that maybe we can get a socket on that. Let's get a socket out. What are we doing? We're gonna do some long sockets. 12 pointers? Yeah, I don't want those. I think it's metric though. Is that what they're doing? Metric? Everything metric? 12 millimeters seems like. Nope. 13 millimeters. Yes, please. I'll get an extension out so I can snap my knuckles. The old knuckle snapper. All right, let's see what happens here. I mean, like I said, this is just what I'm doing fruiting around. This is not an instructional video of how to do much in life. It just dawned on me, and it's been brought to my attention that there are people on the planet Earth that want to hang out in the garage and just, they just want to chill. And it's like, I can do that, dude. I can hang out in the garage. If you say something in the chat, I promise, eventually I may see it. Like right now, I'm using the Braille technique to try to hook a fucking Allen wrench up. Oh, come the fuck on. I mean, what's funny is, like, I watch a lot of channels of people who, like, fix shit for a living. Like, there's a dude out of, I don't want to say the wrong country to probably make him mad. What are the British, colonies there? England or Scotland or Ireland? He's probably Irish, actually. I think his last name's Doherty. He does like tool repairs. I love watching that shit. He's just like, he runs a tool repair business, and like people like bring tools into his shop, and he just like rips them apart, and it's like, he does the whole thing. He does like, okay, this tool costs this much used. This is how much the part costs, and he'll even say shit like, even if I charge him $5 to fix it, it ain't worth fixing. It's fixable, but like, he's looking at it from the viewpoint of like, reality. But what I love about that is like, I love watching the dude like get into the insides, because that's like. All right, note to self: all that washer shit's on the top side. Like, sometimes I feel like when I try to fix something, like, I always go with the philosophy of like, well, I guess I'm fortunate. Usually when I'm trying to fix something, it's not because it has to be fixed, because like if I don't get it fixed, I'm gonna have problems in my life. Like that is a real thing, but like I generally, when something breaks, it just gets replaced. Like that's the time. But I also know that like you can fix some stuff, and it's like it's all like depends what you're doing. Like if you're using the tool and it's like you're making money with it, like you're gonna have to get that thing fixed right away. And sometimes it's more financially advantageous just to repair it or replace it and get the job done. And then like when you have a chance, go back and fix it. And then you've got either a backup or you can sling the used one or whatever. That's kind of what's going on with this thing. Cause like, whatever. Okay. I'm hoping I'm going about this right. I may be doing this absolutely goddamn wrong, but my stupid brain said, breaking the pressure tank to try to put the new pressure valve on would not be advantageous to the cause of what we're trying to accomplish here. And that's what when I started wrenching on that, I could just feel that section there just going and it's like, oh god, like whatever. All right, so I just noticed this, like a complete idiot. It'd probably been just about as fast just to undo 3 screws and take the whole motor off separately, but what do I know? I'm already 3 bolts in, so we'll just do it this way. What's the worst that could happen? That's probably why they did that. Like there's 1 bolt there, 1 bolt there, and the whole motor comes off mounted. God damn, dude. You're doing great. You're doing great. Yeah, we'll just work it. Plus, I've also found the internet loves when people do shit wrong. They love it. There's nothing better than someone doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong, stupid. Actually, I mean, honestly, some of the best videos are watching people doing it wrong. That way, when you get around to fucking it up, you already watched some dummy screw it up. You're like, yeah, That's the part where I wouldn't do that because I already watched somebody do that. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Because, like, yeah. Okay. Hold, please. Gotta get the old fingers going there. All right, so that should be the end of that shit show. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that should be fairly loose. Yeah, that's loose. Let's try to figure out how to do this. We're gonna try to spin this guy out of the way here a little bit with the old set him off to the side. If I only had a block of wood within hand's reach, we could set that underneath and maybe get it so there's not quite as much tension on the hoses. Perfect. It's nice having just shit laying around. Okay, so now we're at the point where I probably ought to undo the wires because it ain't going to spin with wires. So let's get a screwdriver and do that. Oh, please. We want a decent Phillips. Check. I did take a photograph of that, so I know how it goes. It also is marked motor and line. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the line goes to the wall and the motor is connected to the motor. Blacks are on top, whites are on the bottom. We will not be, well, the motor line will be able to reuse the little U-clips, but the line in, I don't think I'm going to get that fancy and try to redo all that because, what's the term? 0 fucks given? I think that's what it is. Doesn't matter. Oh, I got one of them stupid pressure fucking caps right there too. That was a pain in my dick to get undone. Let's see if I can figure out how to get a screwdriver into this little fucking ground situation. All right. It's a little convincing that should just come right off. Whatever. Is it a ring? That might be a full ring. The old classic ring ground. Oh yeah. We'll save that screw in case we need it. I don't even know if we do or not. It's hard to tell. Now we can get this shitter out of here. And I'm just gonna have to, I'll just take it back a little bit and, you know, make that less fucking that way. That's fine. This thing here though, like how, now, this is the time where I wish there was like more than a couple people watching and there were someone in chat. It's like, dude, the easy way to undo that is, so it's this thing. And like, it's like, it compresses around the wire, but there's like, that part clips into the frame. So it's like, you got to get that part squished. And for me, that part is there. Maybe some pliers or something. Dude, I'm sure there's an easier way. But like, I don't have access to that part of the world's knowledge. Like the easy way versus the way I'm about to do it. I really don't know how that would be. I'm sure it's not complicated. It's got to be just a squeeze mechanism, right? Anybody in the chat? Nobody? Nobody's like, Elves, just do it the easy way. Don't do it the way that you're doing it. Oh, that fucking hose right there. I bet I can get that guy off. Let's try to get that thing off. It's a little compression valve. That came off easy enough. Kind of greasy. Where's my grease rag? This is kind of like the super grease rag for the greasiness. Hey, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. Like this thing's gonna have to get completely out of the fucking way. I know that. So probably my best move there is gonna be remove it from down here too. That way it doesn't get like, oh, what is that? 1/2 inch. What the fuck are you doing in here? You're wrong. So those are just compressions. We're just gonna take that guy exactly like he was and set him politely right right there. Do it politely. This garbage can was out of the way, it'd be a lot cooler. All right. So at this point, we've officially made something for the scrap pile. So no matter what, we got scrap weight here, kids. A little bit of copper too, which is nice. Excuse me. Okay. So the last thing I got to figure out here is how to get this wire out without, like, I'm probably going to reuse that little clip thing. I just got to compress it somehow. I need a more better compressor. Now I know that, like, I do watch a lot of guys' channels, and it's like a little more professional than I am, obviously. And I've learned a lot about, like, what do you call it? Tool, the right tool for the right job. It's just like, okay, well, you know, there's that, and there's also the pair of pliers I got in my hand. It should just be a compressed in, like go in and down. Maybe it's here I have to compress. Maybe that's the answer. I just need it to pop. Can you just come out, please? Por favor. I mean, I'm sure you do it from the outside because you wouldn't always necessarily have guaranteed access to the inside. Come on. Come on. Oops. God, I mean, I got the goddamn thing right here. It's like, I just have to push that in so that clears, but like, how do you... I feel like I'm trying to squish a thing that's already as squished as it's gonna. It doesn't really want to get any more squished. Does that make sense? We're not getting any more squished than we're already squishing. It feels pre-squished. Is this going to turn into an hour of me trying to get a goddamn piece of plastic through a fucking hole? Come on now. Ooh, it started. Work it. Work it. Oh, it feels like a great success there, kid. So we're just going to leave that alone because that's just going back in. We're just going to, well, we're still hooked there. We're not going to fuck with that. All right, so here's what the main goal was that we're going to try to see if, well, the fucking gauge is going to be in the way. That's going to suck. Dude, I'm just tearing this thing apart, it looks like. Fuck. Like right when I think I'm clever, I realize I'm not clever. Dude, this is not coming apart. At all. It's so stuck together. Do I need to Google how to undo air compressor? Is it heat? Like, what do we got to do here, kids? I would love to get that off, but then I just realized that's going to hit when I spin, so that's not going to happen. Maybe I can put a wrench on that and get a little, just like nothing to put it onto. God, this is garbage. I just need something to loosen up. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right, so now I can clear that way. That's good. Actually, I got that going. I could probably just take that all the way off. Will that spin? Will that clear? Oh my God! By a gnat's wing. Watch me get this thing all the way off now without having to take the motor off. How great would that be? Well, at least you know how to take the motor off, kids. All right, so that's some absolutely fucking disgusting shit. We're gonna wire wheel that up a little bit. Okay. I would really like to get that off there. If I could keep that, from moving and undo that, that would feel like a win to me. Let's try that. So for that little maneuver, we're gonna put this guy on here in a position where I feel like he's not gonna go anywhere. And then we're gonna try to get a wrench on this and do the old that shit, kids. Now it's important, keep this wrench on that one because you don't want that thing coming off. Oh man, how great is this? Do you love when a plan comes together? Good times, good times, good times. Professional shit breaker. That's officially broken. Okay, now we just got to get this little shitter off here. But like this is as far as I can tell. Well, we got to get that out too. That's gonna be a bitch. As far as I can tell, this is all what they call it, tits in a boar hog. I can stick that in the vise real quick. No, it's that's all trashed. I mean, obviously I'll just put it in a drawer someplace. But we got the old. Let me get this here. Yeah, I snapped the lug nut off and I was trying to drill it and I drilled it off center. Now it's like, okay. So we want to spin that off. So let's see if we can get this in a vise somehow. Can I clamp on that? Is that a thing I can clamp on? Oh yeah, that's feeling clampable. Give the old lefty loosey here. That's not happy. That is not happy. Let's try this. Try it from this side. There's not really a good spot to clamp it to be honest with you. Maybe I could clamp it there. We'll try this again. Nope, I ain't gonna work for shit. Let's try this. Come on, just pop. Oh, there it goes. Woo! I was wondering. Getting that plug out might be a bitch, though. I'm trying to figure out which Allen wrench do I want to destroy. So I gotta get that shitter out. That ain't gonna be easy. Maybe a little penetrating oil, what do you think? Is there any air in the old PB blaster? Oh, there is. Alright, Allen wrench time. Where the fuck did that go? Alright, fits. Let's put a little. Oh, it's not looking good, kids. You got a cheater bar, Elves? You got a cheater bar? You're supposed to, someplace. Where the fuck do you keep your cheater bar? Is that in the hammer drawer? Oh, you very often. Okay, here we go. You got the old cheater bar here. Let's try to get this in a position where when shit starts breaking and flying around, I ain't gonna take the paint off me forward. Just easing into it. That is not wanting to go. Fuck. All right, internet. In the comments, how do I do this? How do I get this goddamn plug out without, like, hurting a child or a kitten or a nun? I guess I put heat on it. I haven't tried that yet. It'd just be fantastic. Now you can see, now this is a custom cheater bar. You see how that's a little oblated? That's so you can slide the old, because the round, well, it's more loosey-goosey, but you get that, you beat that with a hammer, and that's more of a custom cheater bar there, kids. How do I get this fucking plug out of here without, I don't want to ting, clink, 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 clong, ping. I'm trying to avoid that. All right. Okay. Yeah, that ain't happening. Give the old tappy tap. Why would you use a 4-port pressure switch with a 3-hose situation, you goddamn sons of bitches? I mean, I got glasses on. I just don't want like to. God, that is fucking stuck. Okay, I do have a torch someplace. Torch is making me nervous. Let's take a break from that. Let that penetrating oil do its thing for a second. We'll go over here on the wire wheel of death, and we'll clear these threads up. Ooh, the Daytonas are looking pretty sharp there. Let's get them out of the way so we don't foobar that little situation up. What's up, Ron? Tap it. Yeah, tap it with a sledgehammer. Yeah, no. So if you just tuned in, what is it? The unloader. That's like this part of the old pressure switch. It was just hemorrhaging air out, and it held pressure when not running. We'll only go about 50 psi. I've already replaced this thing. This is just, if I can get it running, that's just like a spare one. So we're down to that plug. Once I get that plug thing, I think we're home free. Hit it with a hammer with one hand. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I put a little PB blaster on. I'm gonna let that soak. While that's soaking, we're gonna go over to this arcane machine I have over in the corner. We're gonna. By the way, if you didn't see, so Harbor Freight, you can take your old Harbor Freight jack stands back right now. The 3 tons. They're on this Daytona was on sale you take your Harbor Freight jack stands in and they give you like a $29 credit, and then these are like $27. So I've had my jack stands for like 10 years or whatever. I just took them back yesterday. Got brand new Daytonas. It's pretty cool. But they got the safety. You can see over here. They got this safety pin. Oops. Right there. And then they put this extra gusset across the bottom there to make them a little safer. So I'm pretty happy with that. Plus I got the yellow, which matches kind of, in theory, my beauty Daytona JD 3000 down there. So anyways, this is a fun machine. My uncle gave me this. The old, no bearings, just a bushing. You got to put a little oil down there every once in a while. My original design was, I was gonna store that down underneath here, and only pull it up when I needed it. I put it underneath there to see if it fit. I pulled it out, set it there, and it's never left. It's been there for many years. Just an old beast of a like this electric motor was like it was in the recycling pile because I found it in the lower garage. I was like, oh, old dead motor. I actually drove it to the scrapyard, and it was sitting there in my truck, and I said to myself, God, I wonder if that motor actually works. So I decided, no, I'm not scrapping that thing. Brought it home, plugged it in. Yep, that's my jam. So here we go. Safety first, kids. We're just going to clean these threads up. It's one of the most useful tools I never had for many years that I wish I had. Like just a wire wheel ready to go on the bench in the corner. I use it more than I ever could imagine that I thought I ever would use. I'm not sure, like Teflon, probably use Teflon on this. I think they use pipe dope of some sort. It looks like a putty's on here. Let me try to get all that cleaned off. You can't run this thing for 1,000 years. It's got a buffing wheel, but I don't have a compound. Buffing wheel came with it. I had to do some modifications because like, I had to figure the RPMs out, the diameter of this pulley, and then I've had to do the math to that diameter. A little math later, figured out the RPMs for good brushing because you don't want it too fast. So I've got, I use this for hydraulic lines. Technically, it's for like combustible gas, like natural gas and propane and that shit. Yellow's for gas. And then like generally that's for water, but I'm wondering if that would be good for that. Like I know air is a gas. Maybe I'll use the yellow. I don't know. We're gonna find out together what works. There should be another one of these things around here I can clean up. We'll clean this one up too. See how it's got a little bit of a yowzer there, a little yowzer. so Ron, it's hilarious. Like like when we're running with Legion, like you don't have the comms, but like leadership can't remember that, so they're always like, Ron, you and you go run up there and kill that guy, and then I'm always like, I don't think Ron can hear you. I swear to God, at least once every fucking time we run, they're always like, Ron, you and Draco and whoever else, go kill him. I'm like, sorry, Widow, I can't hear you. That's so great. Oh, that's so much fun. I'm pretty excited. We're running tonight. Dude, I tell you, I love running with that group. So for those who don't know, like I kind of know Ronnie. I know him from online. We play video games together. We play Elder Scrolls Online, PvP. We just fucking wreck people. It's so much fun. Running with Legion. They are just murder. That's a murder squad. It's so great. All right, let's clean this one up real quick. It's so funny. Like they'll do ballistas. Ron, right side. I'm like, I don't think Ron can hear you. It's like, where's Ron going? All right, so, Ron's center. Like, we're gonna have to rotate over, and Ron took center. Like, it's just fucking hilarious. It's like kind of a running joke at this point. Like, Widow's super bad at remembering. Oh, that shit's funny. Yeah, they use like some dope in there. It's like concrete-ish. Some sort of something in there. I'm calling that clean enough. All right, I think that's all my threadable items that need to be cleaned. Now we're gonna come back to this thing here, beat the living shit out of it real quick. I mean, I will put heat to it because, like I said, this thing's mostly dead. I mean, get that crank down. So this is a fun story. This vise here, it's USA Cleveland. When this came into my life, it was broken. Both the jaws were broke. The bolts that hold the jaw plates were technically, there was one on there. It was welded. You can see how the welds there, and the other one was missing. Both were stripped. So I ground the weld off that one, got it off, fabricated these out of just some plate steel I had, retapped. And this is a pretty sweet, I mean, it's an oldie but a goodie. I'm a firm believer that you got to have a vise on your bench. And I've got, unfortunately, way too many benches. So I only got 3 vices. I got this big boy here. This is my healing bench. Anything oil related, greasy, that's where I do it over here. Kind of over that way, I got my clean bench. Then I try not to keep the greasy stuff on, and then I got, like just a toolbox bench over here, which not a bench, but whatever. There's a method to the madness. All right, here we go. We got the custom-made super long handle. That was a rake handle that my buddy had. This head here. What is this? A 3-pounder? 2.5 pounds. 2.5 pound head. He broke the handle. I was like, dude, look at that. Look how long that is. It's like, versus like a standard like 3-pound sledge, right? Just a little hand handle. I just like, I don't know why I did that. Just like, it's hilarious. Anybody home? All right, here we go. Allen wrench, check. Cheater bar, check. Got your safety squints on? Yep, sure do. Come on, you piece of shit. I eat pieces of shit like that for breakfast. You eat shit for breakfast? All right, we're going to put some heat on this, I think. I don't think I have a choice. What could I do here to make this less fucked upable? If I took that unit off, it would just be that brass to deal with. I think it's just 4 corners there. That's hex bit though. Oh, fuck. Do I have that size on me? Let's see. Yeah, pour oil. No, I said, dude, I don't want to pour the fucking oil. I didn't realize that you like worked oil in the mines, dude. Like, I actually told the filter that. I was like, dude, Ron actually did that shit for real. He don't want to fucking do it. Like, and he has no problem if that's like an ultimatum. Like I told him, it's like, if that's your guys' ultimatum, he's got other people to play with, but he wants to run with you guys. But like, He ain't doing that shit. All right, anyways, we're gonna go mobile here. I'm gonna go try to find a. I know I got a Torx bit in the back of my car. Yeah, I mean the whole point of playing video games is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be like this thing that like you get like. I got mad the other day like running with Dominion and the siege situation. I didn't have comms. Everybody was fucking off. Nobody was fucking sieging, and then like. You know, we'd sit there and siege for what seemed like a half hour, and then we'd get the outer down, get to the inner, and the inner would just about get down, and then we'd get just steamrolled and all get wiped. And it's like, dude, we got to siege. Like, you got, like, just put siege down. It's not that complicated. Like, when you're getting wiped by 10 seconds, if you got the door down 10 seconds faster, it'd be a win. And I fucking was so fucking mad. Like, I was screaming at my television. It's one size too big. God damn it. I got some bits over here. I'll find my bit pile. So I like I knew better than to you know, leave the guild. I just like I'm gonna take a couple days off from this fucking group. You gotta like breathe or something. Someplace around here I got some bits. Where the fuck did I put those? I know I have them. Did I put them in here? Got a whole package of them. Damn it! Just when you think you know where all your shit is. Well, those are security. That might not be a great idea there. I mean, I got that. It's got all of them. I just need like one size smaller. It's like a T23. Let's try these, see what happens. Hold on a second. I didn't quite catch that. It says... Yeah, that's the thing. The old meat bag. Let's see if I can get this thing off. Hopefully this is not like a high torque situation here. So that's my hope. It's probably a T20 is. Yeah, it's not hard to get off. Just the other day I found a whole package of these things. I was like, well, I gotta rearrange my garage the other day, you know, because you get bored. And then like you forget where you put everything, right? Like, I'm surprised I can't fix this thing somehow. I probably could. When I was watching that dude's video, he was like, no, man, you just replace it. I'm like, all right, whatever. So says the internet. I'm sure it's a $2 part rather than replacing the whole thing for $15, but whatever. At this point, I feel like the ship has sailed. I guess I can put this in my spare parts pile, and then I'll have a spare broken pressure regulator, because those are always nice to have. Actually, I think I've got another dead air compressor around here someplace. Oh, there's got some pressure in that. Oh, yeah, it goes in the spare parts pile. Yeah, that's never going back together. That's fine though. Here we go. This so I can actually clamp it in. Like, I don't even know what just exploded in there. Like, shit went everywhere. What the hell? There's like a pressure. Fucking, it's done. Done! That's done! God, that is stuck as shit, man. That is so stuck. Like, how much heat am I going to put on this thing? Oh, there's a diaphragm involved. Yeah, I think it's fucking trash now. What do I got for torch? Hold, please. I got a little benzene torch. Try that out real quick. Might light my fireplace with. I think I got a benzomatic too. This is probably where it's like, oh, whatever you do, don't add heat because it'll like permanently something it. I don't know what it would do to it. It's not enough heat, I know that, but it's the heat that's available. I do have a benzomatic someplace. I just can't remember where I keep it. Let's give some, kick it up a notch. think I want to keep the outside up. Isn't that the idea? Make that bigger. Just remember, don't burn your little fingies off. Yeah, I got fire extinguishers around here someplace. I don't know how much heat to add. Oh, about that much, kids. Like, that was easy. So that must have been put in with some like Loctite something or other that just required a little heat, because that was nothing to undo. Learn something new every day. Thank God I completely destroyed that thing into a million fucking pieces in the process. That's fun. Yeah, it's got that putty. After the stream, maybe I'll figure out how to put it all back together. Said no one ever. Okay. So at this point, we're back to this piece of shit. I mean, the new one. Somehow I have to figure out how to lightly coerce it into not being in the condition of closed. I need it more open. So let's figure out if we can do this. Let's start with the old screw. Oh, that one came apart a lot nicer. For some reason, I remember the other one being like a bit of a challenge to get off. All right. Oh, so that's interesting. It's grommets that you poke your own little hole into. Except for I don't think that's that's not gonna have the retention that I want. Because like you're always yanking on shit. The bottom one that may work for this. Let me see what these are, if they're ovals or what we got here. See if I can get this grommet out. Please be ovals. Oh God, no, it's completely different. Fuck. That is not optimal. That's way bigger than the other one. Fuck. That's almost like electrician size wire retention thingy majigger. Do I have any of that laying around here someplace? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, why do they have to be different? It's the same model number. I don't understand. I don't even know where the piece went. Like, oh, right here. So, like, that was the shape I was hoping for. Instead, I got giant circle shape. Giant circle versus nice little oval. Let me see if I've got anything in my electrician box here that maybe I could just put that. Like this, there's going to be no retention on this. Like that's just a piece of rubber. That's not going to hold the wire. Like when you're grabbing the power cord to. 1 second here. Oh God! I hope I got something that'll go in there. Otherwise, that's going to be garbage. M-N, SM connectors, is that there? I think I got one rusty one here. Jesus Christ, that's not good. These things. I need two, and I got one. That's not cool at all. God damn it. Is it the right size? And that's going to be the answer, at least for power out to the cord. Yeah, that's the answer. So we'll do that. God, I need a nicer one than that, though. I'm not an electrician, so I don't keep a bunch of this shit around. I got that. That's not the right one. Let's see. No, I think I'm good. Like, I'm not reusing that thing that I got hot. It's all brand new. It's all like this is the new one. The new one just goes in. This is the old one. I just completely replaced it. Brand new pressure switch. It's just I would much prefer two of these things so I could have the wire secure. Like that'd be nice. I'd also prefer if this wasn't a rusty piece of shit. But as it turns out, I only have one of them, and I need two. The one I got is rusty. That's fun. We'll do a wire wheel action. That's just for where the electricity comes in and out. That's what it is. That's what I'm dealing with now. There's the plug, which was damaged. It's got a bad housing, so I'm just going to trim it back and then just rewire it. That's what this one's going to go through. But that's the plug to the wall, right? Like that goes to the wall. That gets a little abuse. People pull on that like they're not supposed to. So like there's no way I could just run the power lead to the wall through a rubber and be like that's a terrible idea. Now from the motor to I could probably get away with that. Like I don't think that's going to be like a thing that people are going to be yanking on a regular basis. When I say people, I mean me. I just know better than to have a power cord to the wall without any like active cord retention. There's no way. Just fail. You just yank it right out of the goddamn thing. But like when I was ordering this thing, there was like many different vendors, but like it's all like one generic no-namer photograph. And that was one of the questions. I was like, damn, I wonder what kind of wire retention does it have? I'm gonna try to clean this thing up nice. Take it all apart. I mean, the struggle's real, right? Like you never know. You just do it the best you can. Oh wait, let me film me doing not quite anything here. Here we go. I'm trying to think where I could come up with another one of these things. Maybe in the basement. Unfortunately, that's not going to be really conducive to a live stream. Like I got one right there. I could steal it. Right on the side of my power box is one. Is that robbing from Peter to pay Paul? This thing, Jesus Christ. What do they say? Waste not, want not? Like I have no idea what I tore this out of, but it was like, well, I'm going to save that because like someday I might need it. This next little part, I'm going to use some pliers. I mean, you can touch that and it won't absolutely rip your finger off, but it definitely starts exfoliating the old skin at a pretty rapid pace. Oh, that's not a great YouTube angle. In case you wanted to watch. It's coming along. Most of that rust off. I feel like I'm in an episode of the Red Green Show. They may not find you handsome, but they should find you handy, right? Is that how it goes? All right, we're calling that officially good enough. There we go. Let's put this turd back together. Oh wait, let's work these. Let's do these fasteners, these screws real quick. They got a little oxidation on them. Just clean them up. Make it nice. The heads, get them nice. See, like right in there, there's just a little bit of, yeah. Now's the time. Now, don't get me wrong, I wish I had brand new ones. And I'm going to have to scrounge one up someplace. It's just easier to, yeah. It's not a fashion show. All right, back out here. Here we go. So we got that thing. Thread those back in. That'll be fine. Everything's gonna be great. It's all gonna work out. Okay. So that's gonna go on like that. We put that like that so I can access that, make sure that the case isn't gonna be an issue. Nope, that'll be fine. It's always a pain in the arse to get these little stupid things on, I know that. Oh, is that gonna, oh, let me guess it's not gonna clear. I'm gonna have clearance issues with that little, fine. Just when I thought I had a solution. Have to pre-thread. Yeah, we cleared. Okay, we're good. Okay, so that'll be where the wire goes in. I think we should maybe start building this thing. Oh, I gotta clean that. I gotta clean that plug up. That thing is probably cooled down by now. Yeah, I think it's just grody. Let's go back over here. Get that cleaned up. I forgot about the red green channel. Yeah, no, that's. Sometimes I feel like I'm in one of those episodes, just my regular life, but. Man, that thing is rusted nuts. Still got plenty on her though. And I'm hoping just some of that. I think I'll just use the yellow for gas, just because air, is a gas. And I'm getting around that. It's just a little thicker, is all. I don't know if like multiple wraps of regular. Like I really never understood why, because like you can compress a gas, but you can't compress a liquid. Like water doesn't compress very well. But yeah, this is for plumbing, liquid, and this is for gas, compressible. Man, maybe I'm just making my own argument against myself here. Let's see what happens. I mean, the worst that happens is the air leaks, and I have to fix it, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure I should be using some sort of paste product, but I don't currently have one of those. So we're just gonna kind of taper it down and just kind of make sure there's not a little extra hanging out in the room there. What we got here? Either one would work. Yeah, I think you're right. I know you don't want to use the white on like gas. You definitely don't want to do that. Because like I'm trying to think who it was. It was like, was it Mullis? I think Mullis was the one. He bought like his wife wanted a fancy ass gas stove, so he decided he was going to install it. So he did. Then like he was like, I smell gas in my house. It was like when I first joined the guild, and I was like, you smell gas? Like, shut your gas off, dude. Like you're not supposed to ever smell gas if you have gas appliances. I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, we bought a new gas stove. And I was like, you bought a gas stove and you're smelling gas? Yeah, no, you need to shut that shit off. And I was like, explain to me what you did. And like, I'm talking to Mullis, he want to hear it from me. And I just said, hey, dude, did you use yellow tape or did you use white? And he was like, ah, yeah. And I was like, piece of friendly advice, use yellow on gas. And then like a couple days later, he came back. He's like, you know what? You're right. Use yellow on. And I was like, okay, bud. Best of luck to you in your endeavors. I'm just going to crank that in and try not to break anything. It really peeled out a little bit, but hopefully it's going to, if it leaks, I'll end up getting some of the paste, I guess, is what I would do. All right, that feels snug. What the fuck? This is different. What did I just do? This is set up different than the other one. I just realized that. What the shit? This is on differently. How am I going to do this? This is completely differently oriented. Oh man, that's not good. Hold on a second. All right, this one was oriented like this. Plug at the top, one going that way, one going that way. This one's oriented like that. It's different. Is this gonna work? I need that. I can't have one going down. The pressure relief, or the, whatever the fuck this thing was called, the uniloader was at the bottom. There's nothing going that way. How would I guess I could put a, that's fun. No, gotta undo that. Oh God, I didn't even think to check that when I started. Where am I putting this? How am I doing this? Gotta engage my brain and figure out how the fuck I'm putting this thing back together, because that is not going, they're not the same. Which is unfortunate. How is that gonna work? I mean, this one's definitely going on here. There's no doubt about that. Let's just mock it up. We won't put any tape on anything. We'll just get an idea. So that's how it should go. And then on this, I've got to get, that's tank pressure, which, you know, it was there. I've got a straight down, which is, that's going to have to be plugged. And then my regulator would have to go straight up, which is fucking garbage. So maybe we're going to go straight up with the tank pressure. And then now this is going to be upside down now. That's not great. That's probably going to hit my motor. Fuck, dude. I didn't, like, how do you order stuff when all you have is a serial number and you use the goddamn serial number? Like, how does it work in real life? Like, I could do that maybe? But that's going to be really tight with the shroud. How does the shroud work? Oh, God. Why is my life so complicated? Excuse me. Like, this all has to, like, kind of fit when it's done, right? Like, that's the whole point. That's the goal in life. When it's all put back together, it all works. I mean, I could tilt that up a little bit. That's kind of fucking terrible. What's my other option? Could I invert? No? Yeah? Could I? Because I have to get this brass thing. How did that? That was definitely like that. I know it was. God damn, why is it so complicated? Sorry, the brass goes there. God, I hope that still fits. Hold, please. Yeah, I got a problem here. This is oriented different. This is all different. Why is it all different? And why didn't I look at that closer? So, yep, that's a 90. Fuck, this is not going to go back together. The uniloader is a different orientation. That's coming straight out. So, hold on. Maybe I could, let's try this. We're not defeated yet. We're not defeated yet. I got to get the uniloader going laterally. There's no ifs, ands about it. So maybe I can go. Maybe I can go this way. Will this work? Let's see what happens. Could I do that? Would that work? This would still fit on, I'm pretty sure. Everything's going to be completely formed different. I'd plug the bottom. My uniloader's coming out. My brass fitting, which is completely fucked, could be somehow rebent and make it there, I think. Actually, maybe I could do the other side and put it out farther. Hold, please. Would that make the switch hard to get to? Like, I swear I tried to look at all this shit. It was all like just... that. It was all just like generic photos on the internet. It was all generic. It's like, here's one of these things. You're gonna love it. I'm like, well, is that exactly what I want in life? All right, what happens if I go this way? So I'd have to be like that. Would my brass make it? Pretty sure the shroud would still go back on, right? Still with the shroud there. I usually try to buy exact replacements. That puts the switch at a super duper ass achy spot though. I mean, that orients that a little more realistically that I could probably get that hook back up. That's terrible there though. Absolutely fucking terrible. God almighty. I kind of wish I hadn't fucking exploded this whole one because I would just switch that fucking pressure switch out. No, it still wouldn't work. It'd be the same fucking problem. I might have to reorder. Is that what I'm going to have to do? How would this go back together? I could probably make that fit. Power out there, power out back there. Fuck! I mean, I probably have some copper laying around. I could probably do that because that's not the way to do this. That's such a pain in my ass. That is such a pain in my ass. Like the best. Yeah. I guess I could do a little more research, see if I can find it. Well, so that's the part that's broken. Like that's like this is the thing I need, and it is the thing. Like this one's a straight, and the other one's a 90, and the 90 that's the broken part. Like that's the part that leaks. It's pouring out right there. If that makes sense, sorry. Fuck. I mean, if I just go this way, it's like, why would... might be sending that back. That may not work, because... I need... Well, I mean, I can put the... I assume I can put the things wherever I want. I assume. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I should be able to put that there. It's just weird. Like, it's weird to have all that stuff out getting bumped. I mean, could I orient it that way? How bizarre would it be to have it oriented vertically like that? Would that be like a problem? Would people show up and say, "What have you done? Sir, what have you done?" Because this is the orientation I'm hoping to achieve. If I'm lucky. Just rough, you know, we're not actually going for permanent install here. We're just seeing if we got the parts laying around. Like that's they want to thread in. What am I missing here? There we go. All right, so roughly speaking, that's just really hard to get to the switch right there. I can go vertical. So that would work. That's just to tell me how much pressure, that's how much is coming out. All right, shroud. Would shroud still fit with this piece of goddamn garbage? All right, so that all would technically work. I'd plug the bottom. Let's see how much copper I'd have to come up with. Let's put this back on. You know, these either way, well, I gotta see, do I have enough line set to get in here, or if I go vertical? I bet I don't. Nope, that's gonna be a problem. That is gonna be a problem. Damn it. Give it one more rotation and see what happens. What happens if I do that? Does that solve any of my issues? Well, everything's reversed now, of course. Let's try spinning that. Yeah, this is fun. Just like, god damn. Because like what's crazy is like, here, I'll show you. This is how I ordered. Here's the original. Model number. There's the model number, all the things. Here's the replacement. It's the same shit. Like, how do I order differently? Like, how do I order differently? I ordered the exact same shit, but yet I got completely different. I mean, not completely different, but like a different configuration. Like, or maybe I'm just a dummy. That's probably what it is. I mean, the pot, that one, yeah. It's like they put this part 90 degrees to what the other one was. Or maybe the other one was built wrong. Because that's not how it was at all. This might work. This might work. The only thing is I'm going to have to come up with a new piece of copper. Which, you know, probably won't be the end of the world, but it'd be cooler if I didn't have to come up with a new piece of copper. Or flexible, equivalent, usable, whatever the hell it is. Let's make sure everything's going to clear. Man. It's going to be tight, I think, at the bottom. Yeah, I don't think that's going to... I think that's too low. Damn it! See, I don't think it's going to make it back on. I'm not really looking to modify the cover here. That's not going to make it. I guess I could do crooked. Is that a proper way to install something? Crooked? I could do that. That's the only way I can clear it. That seems completely foobarred. That's the only way I can do this. Still have enough line set to get in to hook up. Copper, where the fuck did copper go? Copper's not gonna make it because that's gonna have to come out and make it clear back to there, so I'd have to have a new piece of copper. This is so fucking terrible. I'm gonna have to buy another. I gotta get a different pressure switch. This one isn't the right configuration. That's not correct. There's just no way. I mean, I could make that work. I mean, it's tight. I think I can get the cover on. The cover would go on. It clears. Now, this would be the power cord out here. That wouldn't be a problem. I could come out of that hole there with the power cord. A little weird. I'd prefer the power cord leading that way because I think this gets hot. That would be better. A better configuration. It's such a disappointment. Such a disappointment. I mean, that's how it was. It was long ways. It's just this part back here, they put it on put it on a different way, and like I could try changing it, but the last time I took one of those off, it exploded to 1,000 pieces. God damn it. All right, well, 80 minutes of me live streaming just to find out the fucking thing ain't built right. Like, I didn't look at it that close. I guess I opened it live on the internet. Okay, well, I really didn't want to re-plumb everything with new copper lines and all that shit. I don't even know if I have any of this thin copper. I might, but I don't even know if I do. It wouldn't be in the garage. I'd have to go to another building. I mean, my main problem is the uniloader. I need a 90-degree uniloader. Like, for me to put this back with this piece, I need a 90. That's got to be a 90. That's a straight. And like I said, like I bought it off Amazon. Like there was like 7 listings. It was all the exact same photo. Everything was the same. It was like, it's like a stock generic loader or image for an LF0000. I think that's what they call it. Yeah, LEF00. Model number LF10-4H. I mean, it says it's the exact same thing. It's just like, I mean, theoretically, I could take it apart because like this is just bolted on. But the last time I took it apart, it exploded. I don't want to deal with that shit. Now this part here just needs to be a 90, and I don't have a 90. That's just like the manufacturer didn't put a 90-degree unloader on it. They put a straight one. So it's like, okay, that's fun. All right, well, it's kind of a fail. I mean, free returns on Amazon. I guess someone's going to get a good deal on a dusty pressure switch, I guess, because I ain't keeping that shit. I'll send that crap back and get a different one. Tell they send me one that's got a 90, I guess. I'll keep... All right. Unfortunately, that's probably going to be the end of this stream because there's not much else I can do until I... There we go. You win some, you win some. You lose some, you lose some. All right. Well, that's disappointing. I'll get it eventually. Like, the hard part was taking it apart. Now I just got to get the right part to put back in. Well, I appreciate the people that stopped by. I'll see you later on tonight. Ron, we got a couple hours till the events of the evening start, so I got some other things to do. If you didn't catch the live stream, you caught it afterwards. That's kind of what I do is kind of fuck shit up and eventually it gets fixed. So stay safe. Peace.